One of the things that informed my process working with actors the most was just, I like to think I can recognize when something feels really real, and when somebody's falling into maybe a trick that they've developed or a quicker way to get to something. I think I have a handle on that. You know, the overall process of the film really, you know, it started with me really brainstorming for a while about wanting to create a story with a very strong female protagonist, somebody who was going through something complicated. And at the same time, I was volunteering with an organization called Peace for Kids, which is a foster youth organization. And from there, I learned way more than I ever understood about resiliency, about bravery. And I was interested in setting a film with those given circumstances, but I couldn't write it by myself. And so that's when I met Angelica NWANDU, and she at the time, now she's a giant media mogul, but at the time she was only a poet and a foster youth advocate, and doing incredible work in both of those things. And so when we got together, the script really became a living, breathing thing at that point.
So at the time that Jordana had, like she said, she had volunteered at Peace for Kids, and I had formerly been a part of Peace for Kids, and at the time I had just reconnected with my mentor, and he knew Jordana, and at that time I said, you know, I want to write. I declared that I wanted to be a writer, and Jordana was working on a script already, and so once she came with the script, which happened to be about a girl named Angel whose father, murdered her mother, and this whole story about this internal story about her journey and things like that. I was like, oh my God, it just matched up. So it wasn't that it was my story per se, but it was just that there was so much commonality there that we decided to write it together.
What drew me to the project was the opportunity to tell a story with not a lot of words. Angel is somebody who watches her environment a lot, and she rationalizes and makes decisions on her own, in her own mind. I'm a person that I like to talk a lot. I like to talk things that I'll call Jordana about something, and we'll be like talking on the phone for like an hour because I need to talk out all my thoughts. Whereas Angel, she's very confident in herself, where she could just think a thought and decide she doesn't need anybody else to tell her this is the right choice or the wrong choice. She's just going to do it. So I was excited for the challenge of telling a story with my eyes more versus my voice and my words.